Welcome back to the Shade Tree Garage, and it's great to be back with another update. I just got my new compressor online today, and it is working great. It's so great to have air tools again and be able to spray primer. You don't know how much you miss the smell of lacquer primer until you're wanting to spray primer surfacer and you can't. So anyway, I've got the primer sprayed on my air cleaner project, and it's looking pretty good. I'll have to do some fine sanding on it, and I think there's probably a couple of spots that I may need some more glazing putty. I won't use nearly as much hardener as I did before, but you know, everything can be a lesson, right? All right, now I wanted to share with you one of the old school primer gun from 39 years ago. And this is the Beast. And I sprayed, I can't tell you how much primer, how much sealer I shot with this thing. But as you can see, it is well used, and I didn't keep my primer gun very clean, obviously, but I kept it clean enough to shoot primer well. And that's not saying a lot, but it didn't sputter, and it didn't spew, and it didn't create a crappy surface with primer. So if it did that, it did its job. And this, of course, looks like a broken down old Binks number 7, but it's the Chinese version that was sold nearly 40 years ago. And frankly, it did a pretty good job. I really can't complain. Obviously, it's got a lot of primer built up on it over the years. And it probably could use a good cleaning. Anyway, it's served me well in its day. Now, a new gun I just started using today was this Harbor Freight green gravity-fed gun. Now, I will tell you this, after I cleaned it out, this HVLP gun really did a good job. Of course, when I say good job, I'm talking primer. It put down a good smooth coat of primer, and that's all it has to do. I've got 2 or 3 of these guns, and I'll probably keep them clean this time and use them for primer. But it did a really good job. Now, the only problem I had is this vent, and I didn't know how prone these vents can be to leaking, depending on how full you've got this cup. My plan is to use a cup system. Probably one from Harbor Freight or whatever I can find that's inexpensive on eBay or on Amazon. But this gun is different than the purple one. It has the fan pattern adjustment up here and not on the side. I can't say anything bad about it. It sprayed really well. It's got a good looking pattern when you're spraying it. So I'll keep this fellow clean and for primer and other uses. All right, so now that I have compressed air again in the shop, I'm back to work on my air cleaner. The next job, I got this couple good, really nice coats of primer on here today. The next job will be to cut into the lid. If I can pick it up over here. As you can see, it's definitely in need of primer, but my plan is I may just cut the lid off right there and then section this and weld it in place. I need to take this off. This isn't necessary, but I want a nice smooth surface that's mounted, that's going to be pressing down on the filter and sealing it. Now, what you can't see is down in between here, there's a mesh. So chances are, once I remove this, I will have to weld a disc to make this solid. But of course, it won't be nearly this tall when I'm done. Now that I have compressed air, that's a job that's on the list. My next job is to get my Quick Jack 5000 assembled. It's sitting back here behind the table on the ground, and looking forward to getting it assembled and working, and then I'll use it to raise up the plinth, and I'll start the bodywork on the doors, lower doors, and the quarter panel. There's rust repairs I need to make, and raising it up a couple of feet will just make it a little more accessible and a little easier. That's my goal. That's the plan anyway. All right, well, it's good to be back. Hope everything's going well in your garage. Everything's good here, and looking forward to the summer. Though I won't be cruising much, my goal is to get this bodywork done. Fortunately, beyond the rust repair, outside that, there's not a lot of bodywork that my Plymouth needs. It's in pretty good shape. It's got a few little dings here and there, but it's not in really bad shape. So we'll see how that goes. I've chosen the color. The color is going to be a midnight blue from Ford. It's a little different shade of blue with a low metallic. I think it'll be a beautiful color. All right, that's it for the Shade Tree Garage. Be sure and like and follow, and I'll have more updates on my air cleaner project. We'll get that done and hopefully show you the results. All right, thanks for watching. Come on back next time. Enjoy your cruising through the summer, and we'll see you next time around here in the Shade Tree Garage. Thanks, everybody.